G'day, this is Captainoob, and in breaking news, Bethesda have yet again nerfed the weapon card here. It used to be they wouldn't show up, you just have to, unequip and re-equip the weapon really quickly and bring up the preview transformer is what you're looking at now, and that usually shows it up maybe after about 10-15 times. But now if I try that now, I basically crash out of the game for like 10 seconds after alt-tab in and out to actually come back in again. So yes, good to see Bethesda making changes where they matter. Anyways, this is a 2-shot explosive 10mm pistol with 250 damage resistance whilst reloading. A 3-star weapon. Honestly, Wayless would probably be the best thing for this, but I'm not going to be picky. It's a 2-shot explosive weapon, and that's a pretty old topic at this point. Everybody doesn't like the 2-shot explosive weapons anymore. There's a lot of them that you can still do pretty good with, namely all of the heavy guns, which have high base damage to begin with. But what about pistols, which have low base damage to begin with to scale off that explosive damage? Well, in this video we're going to be finding out. You can't see the attachments, but I'm going to use this as a guerrilla build, stealth guerrilla build. A 2-shot weapon probably won't do as well on that, so maybe we'll have to do some more manual aiming, but basically we're getting 46 damage off the bat now. That isn't without any perks, so let's go ahead and upgrade that a little bit. And just to give you an idea, yeah, the Furious Prime single action revolver does 92, so yeah, we're about, what, halfway? No, a little bit under halfway all that damage, but let's just apply some perks so I don't have to think about maths too much. Obviously we're going to chuck on Gorilla, 1, 2, and 3, that is Gunslinger, make sure you don't check that on. Of course, we're going to be going with Bloody Mess to increase our damage even more, and we're pulling Gunsmith for Demolition Expert to, boost the explosive damage more. Now, in an ideal world, I'll probably have like 3 ranks of Gunsmith to go here, because I'm not going to be using Nerd Rage all the time, so I reckon having 3 ranks of Gunsmith instead of Nerd Rage is a good idea. But if we happen to get at 20% health, we can get a short damage boost before Born Survivor kicks in and actually helps me survive whatever encounter I have got myself in. And that is clocking at 84 damage, which I feel like I've gotten better before. And yep, the game's crashed on me. Thanks, Bethesda. There it is. We're back now. Yep. Yeah, they've nerfed the weapon cards even more. It's actually really fucking annoying. A couple of variations to the usual when it comes to attachments. I've got a precise grip instead of a true grip, and that is basically because the true grip gives you a lot of condition penalties, so making this thing survive a little bit longer thanks to the absence of Gunsmith, that is pretty much good. Also, I compared the hipfire accuracy between these things, and there isn't a whole lot of difference, so I'm guessing that's negligible, especially with the 2-shot legendary effect already lousing up quite a bit. Now, stinging magazines give you armor penetration. Whether that works with explosive damage is up to whether the patch, fix that. I think the general consensus is, up until this point, that explosives don't really play well with armor piercing, which makes sense. Obviously, the projectile's going to explode on the surface rather than, explode or penetrate the thing and explode it. But let's just getting into some semantics or some ballistic stuff that really doesn't apply to this game. So hopefully we can get some armor penetrating. That would be really good if we could. But I'm not going to be surprised if we aren't. It's not like we're going to be testing this with a couple of mags, because that's just a waste of time. Alright, we'll get to shooting stuff. Alright, here we are outside of West-Tech, and here's our pistol. Yes, we've got the Tricentennial camo on it, or paint. It's not really a camo, is it? And over my buffs and stuff, so little bits of Unyielding, Chameleon, and my mutations are that. Okay, let's get started on these guys. Now, we'll see how good we go in VATS. I don't expect a whole lot out of this thing, but so far so good. It was only a butcher though, so, until we start hitting stuff that actually has a little bit of strength about it, we won't actually jump to conclusions about whether this thing is a god weapon. Now, I'm noticing the game has given me lower level super mutants here, which is a shame, because usually they're warlords and overlords, not overlords at max and, let's see, butchers I think they were. See, that's fucking disappointing as hell, and that stagger was very unfortunate indeed. We'll keep on going, however. Oh, there's a legendary warlord right there. Ooh, a bloodied pitchfork. Nice. That one's going to Miranda. I might use that one soon. No, just kidding. I'm still carrying 24 mini nukes that I gotta get rid of. We'll have a rest. I need to find a way to store those things, because they're going to weigh me down significantly. Alright, so there we go. Damage at 42% because I've only got a few points. So we're hitting over 100, and a little bit of adrenal reaction, probably like the smallest amount that you can get, maybe 10-20%. But that's okay, hitting over 100, and we can boost that damage even further if we sneak, which is what we're doing, and not to mention this sweet DPS. So, yep, having no troubles with this thing. We've only been sneaking so far, so it's only telling half the story, but when shit hits the fan, we'll see what this thing can do, whether it's actually got some strength about it. Okay, that was not sneaking just now, and I only got a couple of the shots on him. It is a two-shot weapon, of course, so this thing is not going to be hitting extremely accurate over at that range. Ooh, it's a bloodied thing. If that's a swing speed bloodied thing, I'm gonna shit my pants, because that's gonna be the most deadliest fucking rolling pin you'd ever damn see. Let's have a look at that. Ah, they're both one-star things. What a cop-out. Okay, so now we're inside. Looks like we've got a spawn for us, so that's pretty good. So in terms of how this is going compared to the bladed one, as you can tell, it's doing pretty good. The damage is fine, but I'm thinking we could actually do this a little bit quicker with our bladed one. I think having the explosive effect, sure, it's good for a little bit of extra damage. Also condition, by the way. I want to have a look at that. Alright, not doing as bad as I thought. That's not too bad, but we can definitely do better. Also, can I have that stim pack? I'm running a bit low after that video with the Furious Explosive thing. And it looks like when we're in danger... Okay, now we're in danger. We'll see how we can do against these guys. It's only a... Okay, that's a Warlord. Well, we can just crit spam our way to victory. That's okay. We've built ourselves to do that. So, you know what? That's fine. So this thing has got the bark and the bite when it comes to, you know, damage with this thing. Obviously, the VATS build... being able to pop criticals, maybe one every 2 or 3 bullets, it's devastating. So yes, I'm actually quite impressed with this thing so far. Interestingly though, the blade one does seem to have a little bit of an advantage over it via a bit of range, but again, they're only pistols. One of the advantages of these weapons is their weight. You can actually carry quite a lot of pistols around, which it astounds me that there's one, I think it's packing light, there's a perk in agility that makes pistols lighter. Why would you need to make pistols lighter? They're already light enough. You can already carry heaps. It makes sense for bear arms because heavy guns weigh 20 pounds apiece, or somewhere about that, you know? It doesn't make any sense to make pistols lighter. If that perk was changed to something like give pistols more crit damage, then oh man, then you've got yourself a fucking worthy perk card then. Although my agility is as chockers right now, so we might have to make some perk changes in general. Like I said before, going the way of unarmed, having only that one gunslinger or one guerrilla to build the damage off of, and having the rest of the perks free, like an extra 6 points worth of perk cards that I could put on. I'd probably fill up adrenaline, and then with the remaining color, I mean, even then I'll still be fucking way over. I mean, everything's stretched really thin with agility right now. Also, I heard a legendary super mutant, so we gotta go and kick his ass. Was it the bloke in here? No, it wasn't, but I'm glad that guy is dead anyway. Yeah, we are mincing these guys, so I think I underestimated the two-shot explosive 10mm pistol here, because I was using it before as a gunslinger in my stream playthrough thing, and I wasn't impressed with it at all. I thought it was a heap of shit, but now using this thing properly, using the 10mm pistol in an automatic fashion is probably the best thing you can do to it, because look at that DPS. If I was shooting this, you know, as a semi-auto, it'd be going like somewhere like that. Not quite as slow as that, but it's a lot slower than what I'm getting right now, which is the main reason why it's so good. It's not about the explosions though. You still need to get those direct hits in to actually do a little bit of damage. If I were to shoot at the ground over on this lad, what the fuck are you doing? Come back here. Get back here. As you can tell, do minimal damage when you go ahead and actually hit him with the splash damage, which is honestly terrible, but for the boost of damage that you get on direct hits, it's plenty worth it. See, what they've done with the explosive legendary effect now, it seems that the splash damage is sort of an afterthought. You need to get those direct hits in, and maybe you could clean up lower level enemies without, you know, hitting them like that, but in terms of these guys, you have to hit them straight up. And also, having a look at this thing, without all the crit spam, without all of the VATS nonsense, we'll have a look at this guy. I was expecting him to follow me through that. Now keep in mind that despite your splash damage doing very little to these guys, you know, if you hit them on the splash damage, you can still do a whole lot of damage to yourself while doing this, so always take caution when using your explosive weapons. It's easy when you've got the mutations that make you run quicker because you can just quickly backpedal whenever you need, but I think we're about done here. There is a legendary super mutant around, so I'll kick his ass and then we can move on to some ghouls. Speaking of ghouls, that is some terrible lighting. Now we're shiny, that's weird. Ah, found him. He's the dude on the piss break all the time. Well, now he's dead and he gave me a Vanguard's Marine chest piece. Is that one of those Sentinel Vanguard Marine chest piece? Because that would be... no. Okay, so assuming these ghouls have actually spawned on this occasion, we're coming into this, we're starting at a pretty good amount of adrenal reaction here, and just have a look at that. Okay, well that's not going to tell us, but still, 120 damage, and ooh, we need to probably repair this after this little segment here, so we'll step inside and we'll see what we can do to these ghouls. Alright, we can one-shot the gangrenous ones. This is good news, because unfortunately we can't do the same to the other ferals, but oh god, they're after me today. You can fuck off now. You can stop trapping me in the corner. That's very irritating behavior. Alright, bring it. Bring it, you zombie people. Yeah, how do you like that, mate? How do you like that? Oh, this guy didn't like it at all, because now he can't be bothered actually chasing me up here. And fucking hell. These lazy-ass ghouls, back in my day, you wouldn't just sit around waiting. You'd actually get up and fucking whack people instead of doing whatever the fuck you're doing. Swing and a miss for that bloke. And now we're at low health, which means I kind of want to get myself in a position where I, you know, don't fucking die. So out here I go. Alright, hopefully we've got a little bit of a train coming through. That guy jumped into the roof before he died. Same with that guy. They're just jumping for joy out here. They love the 10mm pistol of the two-shot explosive variety, yes. Could you imagine how devastating this would have been pre-patch? I reckon it probably would have been one-shotting everyone. As fun as that would be, probably overpowered. And I think that was the auto-stim perk going off there, so at least that particular bit of legendary gear is pulling its weight. Well, it's always pulling its weight. It's got that 20% reduction in weapon weight attached to it. No! Get out of here. It's a legendary. Sometimes I kind of wish I play in survival so I can, you know, just turn around and shoot players that come in here because they annoy me. Whoops, looks like that guy missed out on that legendary bit of gear. But I think we're about done. We haven't seen what the boss is. He's level 48, so I doubt he's going to be too aggressive when it comes to this. We'll quickly clean up the rest of these blokes, and we'll call it a day for at least the ghouls. You know we're going to test it on more monsters after. Okay, so the good thing about having a glowing dude spawn is that I've got glow sight, which means I pretty much sidestep all of the major threats presented by glowing creatures, which basically have big health pools, and that's about it. Hey, that guy's got the new paint for his thing. Good for him. And with that, back into hidden, and that was a successful run. A sloppy run, but a successful one nonetheless. And yep, I need to repair this thing, so I'll be back soon. Hopefully none of these guys know who I am and just go and kill Swan to troll me. But yep, pretty damn good performance out of this so far. It's not actually too bad. And as a little primer for killing Swan, I've come across this Deathclaw, because I want to check out the new vendors. Apparently they're all linked now or some shit like that, so... Ha! Yep, reason why I don't test on Deathclaws, because they don't really put up a fight these days. The Deathclaw has fallen from its mighty spot to now, little bitch. How's it feel to be overtaken by bats? Oh look, it's time for everyone's favourite segment. Watch me get killed by some guy with sentinels and also assassin stuff. Ah, never mind. Alright, Swan, let's just get this over and done with. We'll creep to your head, make that 50-50 shot. Alright, that'll be enough. That's some inaccuracy right there. Two-shot 10mm pistol. Yes. And those are all sneak attack criticals too, so it's not like this thing ain't doing nothing, so... Yeah, we always struggle against one with pistols, I think. He's a little bit tough. He doesn't stand up to rifles quite as much. I think it's due to the armor penetration, because as far as I know, there's no perks that actually allow for armor penetration when it comes to any pistol things. I can't think of anything off the top of my head like tank kill or anything. So, yeah, that's a flaw right there. Fix that one, Bethesda. Alrighty, you see that Krabby over there? He's about to get his ass kicked. Yeah, feel the power. Feel the power of glow sight, you maggot. You Newt Gunray, you. Okay, let's just get up here and scope out what we've got. Well, we've got a sliding Mylurk Deep King, so props to him for learning how to ice skate when there's no ice to skate on, so good for you. I'm going to toss a grenade. Do I have another one equipped? Yes, I do. Over there. And is that 42% damage? It will be in a second. We'll just take the queen as is. Alright. Head is crippled, so is perception. We'll take out the spouts next, and I think we did a pretty good job on that. Yep, she ain't no spitting no more, so we'll just take her out with the remaining sneak attack criticals that we have. Implying those limited. They aren't with this build. I set this one up sort of well, I suppose. I don't like getting spotted. Being spotted means you lose damage. So, yep, Krabby's down again. We've already seen the adrenaline damage, haven't we? So, 128 like it was earlier. But, yep, no Nerd Rage perks are used in this, so just some pretty solid damage. You can get a lot more out of your rifles, obviously. Yeah, my bloody handmade hit for 400 when, you know, down and nearly dead. So, it's hard to beat that, isn't it? Oh, well. Okay, as we approach the bat, there's some gun zombies I got to deal with. Some shroom zombies. Some fucking scorched lads. I gotta take those fuckers out. And, ooh, yeah. Yeah, once we get that adrenaline damage going, that's when it gets really good. But if we move a little bit closer, yep, spawns out of nowhere, and we're straight into combat. But that's okay, because we can just stealth guerrilla them like that. Get ourselves immediately into that old caution, and now there's lots of gun zombie summons for me to kill, and hopefully when I do kill them in VATS I get a proc of there's the perk, Grim Reaper Sprint. That's what I want. It's sort of proc silently. You'll only notice it if you're actually watching your HP or your AP bar go up with a kill. But yep, a little bit of that and a little bit of gun fu goes a very long way, and with that we should be able to take out the queen. Queen. No, we're a little bit off the queen as of yet, but just a regular bat. You don't know whether this bat would have grown up to be a queen, and yep, a nice use of a stim pack there on the ending of the fight. I didn't need it, but the armor did it for me anyway. I'm just going to step around that sea of acid there, and I think you get the point of the 10mm two-shot explosive pistol. It's actually pretty damn good. I didn't actually expect it to be as good as it was, but I'm kind of glad that it was that good. Maybe I'm just underestimating two-shot explosive, but you can still do definitely well with this. You can do very well, but there's obviously better weapons out there that work better with the two-shot explosive legendary effect, which is not to say this one is terrible, but there are better options out there. I've got myself set up to use pistols properly, so having those luck to, having that luck just to constantly get criticals is helping me with damage quite a lot. And that's why I do like guerrilla weapons so much better than gunslinger weapons, because that rate of fire means more criticals, and more criticals means more damage for nothing, pretty much, when you've got yourself set up with a luck build and have the game aiming for you. Thank you very much for watching, guys. This thing's not for sale. Good luck finding it on Market 76. I don't even think these things are in circulation that much anymore. It's the TSC weapon that everyone forgot about at this point.